Chosen One!
Welcome to The Chosen One. I am your host, Qui-Gon Din, and we are welcoming back Aubrey from Momentous Struggle, the return of the Panda. So how has been your journey with Rebels and Republic?
Hello. Thank you for having me back on, Qui-Gon. I have been having a lot of fun. We were just talking before we hit record about just what my recent games. I'd played a lot of Republic when we got the errata because let's be real. Obi Annie has been my jam since day one of this game, and it felt really sad that I couldn't really play Annie Obi. Like it just hurt. And spoilers. Uh, I'm not saying Anakin's bad, but man, does he live or die by his dice, don't you think?
That's the big problem with the hypercarry. Your entire game plan revolves on whether Anakin fails or succeeds, and when he fails, it costs you the game. Why I've dropped him from a lot of my lists.
Yeah, I mean, it feels a lot like you underestimate my power, and then he tries to do the thing, and Obi-Wan goes snick, nick, stick, 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 and he's lying on the lava, or next to the lava.
I think Anakin's really good, but I think he's got really one place, and that's with Kiada Mundi. I think that's the one list that can make him work, but in any other context, I think it's rough. But
yeah.
So, based on your guys' last episode, you're now on this rebel train, and I I have to call you out here. You gave me a shout out, and you said I'd be rolling in my grave. You didn't do your homework.
Wait, what?
How can you not?
What did I do my homework on?
You didn't play Luke.
Oh, yes. I have to admit to my shame. I will be perfectly honest. You had asked me on, and I almost played the list we were talking about yesterday because I had just a for fun game uh with RT Fixed. He's one of our locals here, and I almost just put together the list so I could say that I had played it because I felt I felt really bad because like right after we talked about that I kind of was like, but the Republic and Annie Obi, and then I played that almost exclusively for like, well, basically between whenever the errata hit and now, and then I almost put what was it, Luke and Leia? Yeah, Luke and Freedom Fighter Leia. I almost put that list on the table, but I had another goal I had to accomplish. So I think it's super funny when PLC dropped. I took her out of that box and just ran with her forever. And then eventually I went back to the box and I pulled Han and Chewie out because everybody was talking about how great they are offensively, and they are correct. I have some problems with their expertise tree, but they do everything else. Their defensive ones specifically, but they do everything else, so it's kind of hard to complain about those boys. But I had never actually played 3 Point Luke, and same thing with the Cassian box. I played with Pathfinders. I played with Cassian. I haven't actually played with K2SO. So I was like, do I do my homework that I gave myself from the Chosen One podcast episode 1, or do I finally put Luke and K2SO on the table? Spoilers, I went with the second option. I'm sorry, Qui-Gon. I failed you.
It's all good. In your defense, secondary Luke is a drug that I can't put down. I think out of all the 3 point secondaries, he's still probably my favorite. But I do have an update for your Luke Leia Freedom Fighter Leia list. And this is gonna be kind of spicy. Right. So you're playing Leia, 3PO, and the Commando still. You play that squad. That squad's good. You can, but you're gonna do Luke with Bodhi Rook when he comes out in Pathfinders.
Yeah.
Luke
No,
now you got two characters that can move Luke, and both sides of your board have steadfast bubbles.
Oh, Yeah, yeah. No, I feel like Bodhi is what we needed to make Jedi Knight Luke just sing. Not that I think he's bad by any definition. I just the problem is right now the best thing to pair with Jedi Knight Luke is 3-point Luke.
right? I,
Except you can't.
I have two lists that I'm really hyped about with Luke, and one is Luke Andor with Bodhi Rook. I think the Luke moving off a revenge trigger is still going to be really strong, but the other one, I've been playing a lot of Luke with Kanan. Uh, the immunity to pin when you have Kanan and Ezra in your list, and they got dashes in their expertise, makes them really sticky on points because they can't be
Yeah.
pinned. Um, Not to mention, Bar 2 gets to add their dice without exposing themselves.
Yes. Oh, and spoilers, dear listeners, we're talking Rebels today. That's the theme, right? What we're talking
Oh
about.
yeah,
That's why we're
Rebels,
going all in. All right.
Rebels in general. We can touch on Republic and some of their your failings with them. I haven't I haven't had so much failings with them, but then again, I only put like a week of testing with Anakin, and then I dropped them because I just didn't like them. Sorry about the chosen one, but your son's better.
Oh, oh, wow. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Well, tell me more about this Kanan Luke list, because
So
so aside from being super sticky in the pin, which sounds phenomenal, what else does it have going on?
so I'm playing Sabine here. A Kanan Sabine chopper, and then it's Luke, Ezra, and Bartu. Your supports also can't be shot while in the order deck, and when you have both supports that can't be shot in the order deck, you get into some funny situations. And Chopper has been a workhorse lately. Um, his mayhem ability is really powerful. With the lack of access to expose in the game right now compared to what it used to be, that ability got a lot better.
Oh yeah. No, in a recent game, well, again, the same one, the one I was playing with RT Fixed. So he works really hard because he was playing a Veer's Grand Inquisitor list that was kind of all in on like Dark Troopers and DTE, and like he didn't play any other Inquisitors. It was just like Boba Fett and Snow Troopers. Like he was trying to test out, could he, and he did do the thing. Could he pin my guys so that when what is it, We Are the Storm, his blow up ability, Veers' blow
Yeah,
up ability happens, you can't run away. And I kid you not, he had like three very below average dice rolls that if they had just done average, he would have like blown up half my squads by the end of the game. But it just didn't. The dice just did not work in his favor. But what you're talking to me about is that Luke bubble. And that Luke bubble would have saved me during all of those situations. There was one point where four of my six units were pinned because he just kept dishing out the pins left, right, and center.
the so I think a lot of people are sleeping on Luke. I think Luke, if you position him right, you have to play him kind of right. And listeners, if you have any questions on how to play Luke, just go on my channel and watch the Unit 101 Luke Skywalker episode. I go over all of his play patterns and how you have to use I will either profit by this or be destroyed to cheese extra movement with him. It's you need to know that play pattern because Luke's biggest weakness is the lack of mobility, and Bodhi Rook is going to help fix that. But the immunity to expose and pin is so strong against certain lists. I don't think Luke is going to be like this overcome meta presence, but against specific lists, he is very strong. If you're looking at stormtrooper based empire lists, Mandalorians with Maul and armor around because the immunity to expose means Luke's not dying to armor or Maul attacks. And then the immunity to pin is really strong against clone troopers. because clones like to stack pins. That's how they get their damage out, and they by not being able to do that, Luke is very strong. And I think there's a few ways you can play Luke. You can play Luke with PLC, lots of movement there. Um, Kanan is the way I'm kind of leaning right now. It just Luke can be extremely aggressive as well with his double tap because you can, if you're playing him on Ceresu, Luke playing Luke on Gemso is a trap because his defensive expertise on Gemso is really bad. The 1 to 3 gets you a hit or a block and then a crit to a hit. That's not good. but
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no,
but
no.
playing
You don't like Jimso.
no, but playing him in Ceresu the whole time, he has shoves on 1 and 2, meaning if you're fighting someone that's on a point, you can shove them off the point while keeping Luke on the point, and then you can just go, I will either profit by this or be destroyed. Choose the point that you're on. You don't dash, and then you still can attack the character that you just knocked off the point. So Luke can be pretty aggressive with the double taps if you're playing that play pattern. Um, he's very
Yeah,
good.
and again, his his combat tree. Oh my word! Like you're unless you, I feel like unless you absolutely need the reposition for some reason on the Gemso side. I mean, all you're getting is 6 damage and a reposition on the first 3 successes. Whereas on the other side, assuming you don't need the heals, it's 5 damage, 2 shoves, and a jump.
And
So
yeah, and you
it's
consistently
so
hit that 3. Like it's so good. I have been dumbfounded by how good Luke's been.
Oh, yeah. No, so I am not complaining about General Obi-Wan because General Obi-Wan is nearly a perfectly designed character. But whenever I look at his Sarisu combat tree and then I compare it to Luke's Sarisu combat tree, I'm like, why why doesn't Obi-Wan have a better Sarisu combat tree? Like his other side basically doesn't exist. And every time I'm like, Luke, I love your Sarisu. It's basically perfect. It doesn't need to be changed. It just stay the way you are.
I think Luke's Sarasu tree is the best Sarasu tree in the game because every other Jedi that's like has Sarasu, they have like a 5 die attack, and I'm like, what is this? Um, like
Yeah, I
Plo Koon
don't get
Sarasu, it's bad.
uh I don't get. I mean, well, I do get it. Suresu is supposed to be the most defensive form, but at least give him 6 dice. Like 5 dice on a Jedi melee attack. Like, come
It's
on.
not even
Like,
that. Like you look at Obi-Wan's Sarasu defensive expertise, it's worse than Ataru.
Right, right. That makes no sense. Like I know that we're probably not going to touch up on Obi-Wan anytime soon cuz he's everything else on him is fine. But I'm like, can you please, like, I want them to just go and fix all of the Suresus.
I
Just those.
I
Just tweak them a little, please,
I
except
agree
for
with
Luke.
you.
Leave Luke alone.
I think they need to rebalance Obi-Wan and take a little off Ataru and make his Sarasu the way it should be because like Obi-Wan's such a good character right now, and Obi-Wan's own spoiler alert, Obi-Wan's only gonna get better when Boss comes out. Fixer is stupid good. Um
Yeah, yeah. That box is going to make what is it that sci-fi says? A splash, a ripple, or a
I think
I don't remember what the other one is, but it's gonna be a splash for
Oh,
sure.
I'm already looking at a couple lists. Like I'm thinking Mace with Boss with like Rex and Wolf in there as secondaries, and then every time I'm attacking with the character, I'm getting extra attacks off of 7 Scorch. And then Mace is just going to be the force bubble that keeps giving me force because spoiler alert, you need a lot of force in that list. But I can't wait for Boss. I think it's gonna be good, but I'm really excited for Rift Tamsin. Um, I can't wait for my Jaws Shark Man to be just jumping around and attacking everything. I'm not sure how good he's gonna be in the meta, but I think he's looking pretty fun. Um,
I just have one important question for you, Qui-Gon. Are you going to put the Jaws theme music on your phone so that whenever you do Rift's jump attack, you just queue up and go da 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 dun, da 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 smash.
Of course. I'm also gonna be playing with my favorite Squid Jedi. Um, I got some Kit Fisto ideas with them. A
Oh
quad,
yeah, no,
a
it's weird that those 2 boxes are gonna work well together, but I'm here for it. Why not?
Yeah. Um, the big one though for Rebels. Rebels are getting this injection that they desperately need right now because of the unique name thing that they got going with Rebels. So, you know, you have two Lukes, three
Ugh,
Leias, the Jin Urso
right?
box, generic units that you can play that are not named any one of the main Star Wars trilogy.
Thank you, MG. Please give me. I still want like the rebel troopers from the beginning of A New Hope,
Ugh.
but this box at least gives me what I need. This is what we needed.
Baze and Turret are huge. I think Baze and Turret, like, I think you're going to see a ton of Baze and Turret splash in Andor lists. I think you're going to see a ton of Baze and Turret splash with Bodhi Rook in any 8-point list. I think I've been. I'm insert distracted girlfriend meme here. I'm holding the hand of Han and Chewie, but I'm looking at Baze and Turret.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That's kind of how I feel because I'm like, Han and Chewie are good. Don't get me wrong, except for that defensive expertise. We already talked about it, but
It helps
uh,
that they have
are
10 stamina.
like,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
but
That helps a little, but sometimes they just get chunked because you roll 3 expertise and you're like, cool, awesome.
my feeling
That's
is,
not what I
yeah,
want to see.
most of the time they don't get knocked out by primaries or secondaries. They're really susceptible to getting wounded by supports, though.
Yeah, double tap, double tap. Yeah.
That's where I
One
find,
goes into them and then the other one goes in.
yeah,
Yeah.
condition stacks. It's they're kind of their big weakness. Bays and turret though, I don't care if they go down. They refresh me force. They're always going to have a strong activation and negative focus for free. Um, they have been really consistent. I've been playing them the last couple of weeks with Jin and Leia. I'm actually I'm so I have a GT coming up next month for Evergreen Open, being ran by Omnis, and I'm torn between taking Luke or Jin. And I'm on this, I'm 50-50 between each list. It's the Kane and Luke list that I just shared, or it's Jin with Luke secondary and Baze and Turret, Leia PLC with Lobot and Bartu. And
Oh, okay. All right.
so Leia gets to do her little. Leia can actually attack deployment in that list on turn one. Uh, because you can use her ability. One character heals, she dashes. She dashes in front of Lobot. Lobot gives her the free focus, triggers her crack shot. There's an extra dash, full advance up the board. She's up on the midline and she can attack your opponent's opening lines. Um, like that's kind of
Oh.
a cute play. And
Whew.
oh,
Okay then.
uh, Jin has been really good. She is. If you want to think Jin, what she's doing, think mixing separatists with Hunter. Um,
Ooh.
she is moving
Yeah, that makes sense.
her tactic, getting the extra attacks, and then her dashing after she makes an attack. She's moving around the board a lot, and she like uses no force until she gets wounded, and then she just spends one force for her dash. It's she's really good. She's really good. When she comes out, I definitely recommend trying her out. You'll have a lot of fun. Um, Especially if you like the more aggressive playstyle rather than trying to lean in on all revenge. I think she is gonna be the output style primary that you really want to play around with. I'm still got to try her with Han. I think that can also have legs.
Yeah, yeah. No, we're about to. This box, I feel, is finally gonna completely open up Rebels. Not that like now that we have Cassian, like the Cassian box pretty much almost got us there, but Jin's box is gonna be we're gonna see so many new lists come out of just this one box. And I agree with you. I like to so the full premiere list, because we talked about this on our episode, but I like having like the Kanan Spectre list is kind of what I call my Swiss Army knife, right? And I'm fully like uh purist of Christopher Sampson's was helping me with this list. So like, not this isn't all my idea. Some of this is his. So giving credit where credit's due. But like, so like my Kanan Specters is like the Swiss Army knife. Like if I need infiltrate, or I need force push, diceless displacement, if I need trickery with Ezra, like that's the list that's like that's how I use that, even though it's technically a revenge list. It's more like my, do I need a specific tool? I'm running specters. And then the way I like to play and you can do both things, but the way I like to play PLC Cassian is I try to be aggressive, because what I really love to do is end struggle one with blow up the town and having it matter. Like against RT fixed, I wounded a unit with blow up the town at the end of struggle one, and I happened to win struggle one, and so he started his turn with an extra unit wounded, and like there's nothing he could do. So I tend to play that list more aggressive. So Jin, I feel like Jin's gonna fit the style of how I've been playing my Cassian lists, but we'll see. We'll see.
I put Jin Cassian on the table against my brother one time. It's got legs, but he's still gonna you want to play secondary Luke under Jin. A big tip for Jin. You want characters that can reposition her because you want her up the board before she activates. That way she can get her attack off onto someone with that tactic. And once the train starts happening, things just start going down. Um, it's very, very good. She has been a workhorse. I've been loving Jin. Like I said, I'm torn between Jin or Luke because I can't play both. I have to pick one or the other because if I'm playing Jin, I'm playing secondary Luke. He's so good with that Jin box, and man, and what I'm happy about the Jin is it's finally we're getting a rebel that isn't a revenge trigger. Um, like
Right?
Like
Right?
they have so many revenge triggers, some of them good, some of them bad, but they have so many that it's like it's kind of hampered their play style down to a point where I'm like, you have the super scoring list, which is Leia Logray, which just gets eaten up by out attrition, but then you can't take PLC. I think Jin is going to open up so many doors to now that yeah, you can take Cassian with Jin, and then you can still play like Leia Logray as a scoring, really strong scoring list, and it just opens up so many more doors for what Rebels lack, which is an output primary that is actually like aggressive. She plays super aggressively, and Baze and Turret are, in my opinion, in line for like best support in the game. They have been consistent. They're going down like 3 or 4 down their tree, especially after you attack with one, then the next one attacks after their condition stack and everything. They're so good. Um, I can't stress enough how good they are. That
Yeah, to talk about Luke, 3 point Luke a little bit more, because again, it was my first game with him yesterday, but I did not realize what a nice package he has. He's like, it's cool. It's like he has a little bit of both Obi-Wans in him, which is kind of cool, because like he has Obi-2's, basically, you could just reposition him and then full move him, and now he's all the way wherever you need him, or you could give it to somebody else and it has fewer restrictions, because it's just you just got to make sure you got spies. Oh no, so hard with these lists.
he
And
is
then the
really good.
yeah, and then the uniform, it's like he's got a mini General Obi-Wan ability. Like I was looking at him and I was like, wow, this guy does not feel like a three. Well, other than his health, like his health, I'm like, okay, this is why this is why you're a three, because oh boy, like he's a little squishy.
He's a little squishy if he doesn't have a hunker, but if he has hunkers and he generally, well, play pattern I like doing with him is tactic, move him forward, hunker, then climb, and he can still shoot. Yeah, he has two hunkers and he keeps hunkers, so shooting him becomes a problem. He's just the workhorse. Another list that I'm gonna sell you on is, especially once you get Bodhi Rook, play Freedom Fighter Leia, Luke, Rebel Commandos, Chirpa, um, Bodhi Rook, and Pathfinders. Everything gets an additional attack dice, and Luke gives rerolls.
What?
Yeah, they're all rebels because Leia
Yeah,
make
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you have a revenge trigger because you got Chirpa, and Luke now throws 7 dice with rerolls. He's getting further down his tree, but also Leia has access to Sheegan defensive maneuver. 8 dice with Luke rerolls means Freedom Fire Leia is really hitting hard. And then you got Rebel
Oh,
Commandos. Rebel
yeah.
Commandos throwing 9 dice with their focus and hunker also get rerolls from Luke. And the Pathfinders are now throwing 7 dice with rerolls from Luke.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And the Pathfinders are,
Honorary teddy bears indeed. Okay.
it's a more
Okay.
aggressive version of like Ewoks, and then you still got like Bodhi Rook who can just momentum farm at the back line or throw 7 dice attacks. And he has a pretty good expertise tree. He is actually, I love Bodhi Rook. It's like they mixed a character that can move people, but he also has the tree of pawns, and I love that.
Yeah, no, no, no. I continue to look at, so I'm not a big I like playing with the models when they actually come out, and probably I should practice with them more, because there's been a couple of times where I bought a box and then like I play a few games with it and I'm like, ooh, this is not the play style I was expecting. So I probably should practice more before I just run out and buy stuff. But I don't think I need to question Bodhi. Just reading his card, reading his stance card, he's 3 points, like no notes. AMG, chef's kiss. He's a perfect, like he feels like a three, and he feels like the pilot who's like, all right, I might not be the toughest or the tankiest, but I'm helping everybody out all the time. So like, so good.
He's, I haven't put him on the table yet, like because I've been playing Jin a lot, and I don't think he's the perfect fit for Jin because I like Luke there because he gets that reposition for her up the board. Um, but I can already tell. He makes your opponent has to question: Do I lose a momentum, or do I let him roll those 3 dice to see how much momentum they might get? Because you could just get 3 momentum off of that ability, and that's stupid good. Eh,
Yeah, it's crazy.
and it's
I'm very excited about it.
free. Like it doesn't cost
Right?
anything. Um, I like crap. I want to play him. Even like doing Leia Logray, like playing Leia Freedom Fighter, and like taking 3PO, and then you take under Logray, you're taking Bodhi Rook and like Baze and Turret. Now you can like Baze and Turret are now throwing extra defense dice. He's throwing extra defense dice, so they're a little bit tankier. There's just a lot of ideas that you can do with these units. I think that them being a 3 is really good with Bodhi Rook.
And notably, Baze and Chirrut actually have a defensive expertise tree. I'm still convinced Han and Chewie don't have one. They don't.
And again, it doesn't matter if they get wounded. They refresh a force for each wounded token, so they're always going to be able to do their thing. They always get to have a good activation. And I love that.
Right?
I love that, especially when you're playing characters like Andor, where force is a scarce resource that you are playing down on. And
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't wanna complain about Han and Chewie because, again, offensively, they are great, but in even though I won my game yesterday against RT Fixed, I still had the problem where, like, I think Han and Chewie were, like, the bottom of my order deck on Struggle 1, and, like, I ran out of force, and I'm like, I really need Han and Chewie so I can refresh a force. I really need Han and Chewie so I can refresh a force, but even then, it's not guaranteed.
it
Like, you gotta earn that.
it's not guaranteed. It's also they need force up front to have their real impactful activations. They require a two force investment if you are using them to their full advantage of one of them dashing and then the other one repositioning on points. Uh I find
Yeah.
that they're an extremely when they're on your list, they are having to perform a lot of work because they are a huge tax on your list where you're taking them, they're a five, and you're taking them because they're going to have impact. I can't wait to try them on the table with the same time as Baze and Turret because I think having both those supports on the field is going to be nuts. Um,
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm with you there.
like I think Han and Chewie, I love them. They're one of my favorite supports in the game. But if I'm gonna play one or the other, it's Base and Turret. They just have better tags. They also have Rebel tag, which is important. Um,
Yeah, yeah, there's definitely occasions, especially with, some of, like, the Cassian stuff and, uh, what's the other one? I can't think of it right now. But there's definitely times where you cannot pay to make them Rebel Alliance, and it does hurt.
it
Like, you just can't.
it's specifically in the Kanan Cassian list, where under Cassian you put Callus and then Base and Turret, and then you got your standard Kanan, Ezra, Rebel Commandos, or Chopper, your pick your poison. Not Han and Chewie in that list. Not being a rebel means you're giving up a Kanan revenge trigger. Even if Kanan's not doing an attack off of a revenge trigger, he still gets that double heal and jump off of a rebel. Meaning you got Cassian and Kanan's revenge triggers going off every time a rebel goes down. Uh, it's such a huge part of that list, and your opponent's going to go, okay, cool. I'm just going to focus fire Han and Chewie the whole time, and it
Yeah.
bogs down that list a lot. But Phase and Turret fix that. I think Rebels are in a really good spot. Uh,
Oh yeah. I am just happy because I mean, I love the prequel characters. I love Republic cuz I mean, good guy play over here. I got my Jedi Knight hat on. I am happy that I can finally without feeling like I'm shortchanging myself. I can play full Rebel Premier List, and I don't feel like I'm being shoehorned into taking a weaker unit anymore. Because before it felt like if you were going to do that, well, actually, no. Before it felt like it was almost impossible. Before the Cassia box came out, I was like, "There's you can't uh, you can't reliably play full rebels in a premier list and get everything you need. You were always given something up somewhere."
you can't do a mix and match list. You could do a 2x2 Rebel list where you have your Spectre side and then you have your Ewok side. I find was a pretty good strategy. You play Leia Logray with all the the shiny new Ewoks. And then you take your classic Spectre list. But even then, you're still sacrificing something because Rebel Commandos can only go in one of those lists, and they
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
generally
that was the
want to
problem.
be in the Ewok list because they are the only unit in Ewoks that can reliably wound and in the Leia Logray because everything else is super defensive. Yeah, you got your Pathfinders, Chewie, and everyone that's like super defensive. What do you do for offense? Well, your output comes from Leia and it comes from Rebel Commandos. Everything else, output wise, is kind of minuscule. Um, and that's the thing. We only got one Rebel Commandos, and Now
Yes,
you got base and
exactly.
turret that can take the slot of the rebel commandos in some of those lists, and you have more offensive output. I
Oh yeah.
it's such a good spot to be in. Um, I think now they're spoiled for choice. I think the other big thing that helps Rebels is the nerf to Gideon Hask. Um, now Rebels have a spot where even because even when the Rebels had all these revenge triggers, Gideon Hask and Iden Vader just still they didn't care. They just wounded everything faster than your revenge triggers could do anything. We saw that at Worlds. The Vader Iden just plowed through Spectres still. And I think with the balance, I think now Rebels are in a very good spot. I mean, Cassian is making a huge play. Kanan is still, in my opinion, the most single best primary in the game. In terms of his
That's my
activations,
boy.
Kanan's so good. He's so good. Um, and I'm gonna call it. I think people are sleeping on Luke. I think Jedi Luke has a place in this game right now where he really puts out a good showing if you play him right and if you just give him a chance. Again, I think his biggest weakness is name's Luke.
Right, right. It's nah. As soon as we got Bodhi on the table, things are gonna go up
Oh,
for Luke and all of Rebels. Like
but
it's gonna be great.
that's the thing. I think Luke is still playable now, even without Bodhi Rook. I think you can play Luke. Uh, and again, you're limited to I'd play him with like Luke with PLC or Luke with like Andor or Kanan. But I think even Luke Han has like some plays just because you now have Pathfinders, you now have um Bar 2 is still really good. Like
Oh yeah,
people
I love R2.
like yeah, their attacks might be minuscule, but sometimes you just turn one, pull your Shatterpoint, and you're like, I'm gonna put these guys on a point on the midline, they can't be shot, and they're gonna take two they're gonna score me some victory points for a couple rounds before they go down. And that's just generally what they do. Because like
Yeah, hey, that's what you need.
it's big weakness to the Kanan Luke list. I don't have a good turn one Shatterpoint. Well, I do if I have Bar 2 in there.
Yeah, that's right. I love Shatterpointing Bar 2. Ah,
But
so good.
yeah, I think I think Rebels are in a very good spot. I think um I don't know what the meta is going to be interesting in August just because of the three boxes. I was not expecting Riff and Boss to come out in August. I thought we were getting them in like September, October, just because again, quarter 4 or quarter 3 that they said they were coming out. Them getting pushed up. Rift Hampson is something that I need to have practice into for the Evergreen Open because he will be legal. But Boss gets released the day of the Evergreen Open, so I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry about that much. Signups are 2 days before the
Wow.
event, uh, and I don't think anyone's gonna have Boss put together. Painted,
Chet, they're just not gonna sleep.
not gonna sleep. Someone shows up with Boss. I'm happy about the Delta Squad box, but I'm also not happy. They told me I was gonna get Clone Commando synergy. No, I got Delta Squad synergy. So they don't buff pawns.
Yeah, I was wondering about that myself. I was like, I mean, the box still looks good, but this is the second time. Like when they talked about General Veers, like calling in the AT-AT bombardment. Like, not that his identity is bad, but it feels like. Well, I was talking about this with RT Fixed because he was playing Veers, right? It feels like you shouldn't get to run away. It feels like frankly your allied units should run away and then you blow up the point and I don't know. There's a couple of times now where I feel like I've misunderstood what they said about units. Like the first one was with Veers because I expected the bombardment to be a little more impactful. Like more like frankly more like Cassian's ability is sort of what I was expecting. And
Cassian's is so
then
dumb.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but that was kind of what I was expecting. Like you have four AT-ATs rolling up and they're going boom, boom, boom onto a bunch of points. But and then and then yeah, now talking about Delta Squad, I was like, wait a minute. Thought this was supposed to be Clone Commando synergy, and they're still probably good. They're still probably good. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Well, you look at their box, and I'm like, boss is just an Iden clone.
No, but wait, wrong clone, wrong clone. What's happening?
Like,
Where's Daddy Django?
right? She's like, he's just a version of Iden with a not as good identity, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those. I've learned my lesson. I try not to make too many statements before I actually get a box on the table because we sometimes get these things wrong.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to overhype or underhype. Like we'll see. We'll
So
see.
yeah, I think the box is gonna be good. On the Veers note, you know how you fix Veers? This is what I'd like to see AMG do to Veers. One, make it so his bombardment ability, the unit can't run away. You do that, that's one step. The other thing, he should get the ability to put the Stormtrooper in reserve every time you even refresh your deck.
I like that. You refresh your order deck
You automatically put the
and
Stormtrooper
then
in
you get it
reserve
again.
and then it dashes. Yes, I think it should happen every
Ooh.
time your deck refreshes because
I like that.
it would
Yeah.
make Stormtroopers so dynamic and it would make Veers worth the 7 points.
Yeah. See the other fix that I was thinking is I was like, there doesn't feel like there's any reason for him to be 7. You could just make him 8 and then you have more options with him. But if you were to keep him at 7, I like your idea. I like
Like
your idea a lot.
like the idea of going, yeah, my Stormtroopers are my offensive output. They're going to be my stars of this list. Veers is just the guy that sits in the background. Like, if you do that, Veers Krennic becomes a super interesting list. And
Right?
spoiler alert, my brother is super down on Death Trooper Specialist. He does not like him.
I mean, he's not DTE. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you got DTE as like the golden child of the empire over there. Like
Uh,
everything else just feels like not DTE. Okay, except for maybe Vader. Okay, Vader Fallen Master. That's a different.
Vader 3 is
He's a
awesome. He's awesome.
yeah.
His biggest problem is that he's competing with Vader Emperor Servant, which Empire just really likes to take. Um,
Yeah.
it's it's tough. Like Empire's still spoiled for choice because then you got Riva, and Riva is, in my opinion, fighting
Oh,
DTE
she's so good now.
for best Empire secondary. It's close.
So good now.
She's a pain to deal with. All of her abilities are free. She's got the 6 melee defense with that awesome defensive expertise. And then she gets rerolls and is throwing 7 attack dice. Like, come on.
It's so I will say, all right, I know we talked all about how, good guys always win, good guys always win, to quote Charlie from YouTube his Qui-Gon Jinn. If you haven't seen that channel, it's pretty hilarious. But I kind of want to put some Inquisitors back on the table again. They were stupid fun the couple of times I've played with them, and I kind of want to do it again. I'm feeling the pull of the dark side, Qui-Gon. I'm feeling it.
It's the fourth sister. The more I see her on the table, because my brother plays nothing but Empire right now, and I play against the Inquisitors all the time. Fourth sister continues to impress the hell out of me. I think. Uh,
Hey, hot take. I think Fourth Sister is better than Fifth Brother, specifically in mostly Inquisitors list. I think Fifth Brother's better in like generic good stuff Empire, but in Inquisitors, Fourth Sister slaps.
I think fourth sister is better in every Empire list compared to fifth brother, unless you're playing Thrawn. That's my hot
Ooh,
take.
I mean
That
that's fair.
that's my hot take.
Wow. I thought I had the hot take. Okay, all right, all right.
So
Man, Qui-Gon said, "Hold my beer." Okay, all
so
right.
so my reasoning for that, fifth brother, most of the time he hunkers, moves, jumps on a point. And he, without Thrawn, he gets conditioned stacked down and he just does not perform because he does not have a range attack. He may be tankier, doesn't matter if you pin him. Like if he can't get an attack
Right.
off or do anything, he is super slow. Like I think he's good in a Thrawn list, but man, Fourth Sister is a character that can get around the board. She can pull people off points. Mini Mall. She is like Darth Maul light and very much a contender. In my opinion, she was one of the best supports in the game. Very, very good. I would not take Fifth Brother over her, even as a tech spot at this point, unless you're playing Thrawn. That's my hot take. I'm high on her right now. And I don't even play Empire. I just play against it all the time, and she constantly impresses
Yep. No, no notes here. I mean, we were competing for hottest take, but it sounds like we're more or less in agreement. Yeah, very good.
me. You want my hot take? I think Padme needs a rework more than any other character in the
Oh,
game right now.
yeah, I understand that they wanted Padme to feel unique, and they definitely nailed like the internal design of that box. I'm not trying to argue that it wasn't a good design, but I'm very much of the opinion that all the abilities in the box, because like Padme's mostly fine, but like the fact that it references Handmaiden on a lot of the abilities, I think unfortunately is what brings that box down. Like it should have just been Galactic Republic, and then I think they would have
So
seen more play. And I get it's different. I'm loath to say just make it Galactic Republic, make it generic, it's fine. When they wanted it to obviously feel different, but how do you play it without itself?
so
Really, you know?
I have the fix. You keep Sabe and the Handmaidens exactly fine because they're supposed to play with the Handmaiden thing, and no, you change Padme's coordinated fire to just be Republic.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
did
mean, and actually, that's fair. That it's just Padme that needs the handmaiden specific thing removed, like that. Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
now you do that. She is a character that moves people, allows you to have support score still, and now she pumps out extra damage for your clones, which makes clones a little bit better on the offense because that is still their weakness. Like, spoiler alert, I think 501st are the best clone.
No, no, it's hey, you're not gonna see too much argument from me. I mean, I still think ARFs having supporting fire is pretty busted, but in terms of like output and I guess consistency and that strain, no, I mean having 1 to 2 expertise be a crit and 3 expertise be a crit and a strike. Oh, they're so much
They
better now.
consistently can
They're
put
so much better now.
seven damage on something if they focus fire it. They have really good output, and I'm actually been really down on the ARFs lately because there's so much steadfast in the game right now. The shove doesn't get me anything, and the ARF troopers have 4 range defense, which means unless I'm playing them with Obi-Wan, they just kind of melt. And
Oh, that is true. I was playing ARFs with Anakin a lot, and I switched them to be over with Obi-Wan. Well, like when I was doing, because I was doing like a full Republic premiere, so like I was rearranging. So, or no, I was only doing a 2x2. Whatever. In any event, yeah, no, they need to be with Obi-Wan, unfortunately, which kind of it's almost not. It feels like I don't want to say it's too much movement because obviously you want movement in this game, but you almost didn't need their extra movement, and now they're with Obi-Wan, who's already giving out hunker movement, and uh, Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna cautiously agree with you. I still think ARFs are good,
Oh,
but your points do have merit.
100% that they are still good. They are still the second best 3-point support, in my opinion. But I always find that their activations are kind of minuscule. And I always find that ARFs or that 501st generally can get work done where I'm like, yeah, these guys are just going to attack and shoot stuff and put out a lot of damage. Again, which with the list I'm playing, like Mundi Wansing. And if you want my biggest hot take of the show, I think supporting
Ooh.
fire dash is completely overrated. It's a strong ability when it comes up, but the amount of times I have actually used it is actually really minuscule.
I mean, that's kind of been my experience. Like, okay, let's be real, Qui-Gon. I don't have the most games. I don't have the most experience. I'm not the best player. Let's add all these caveats. But there's been a lot of times where there've been entire games where I just have not used the supporting fire dash from the ARFs. Like just full stop. So you're not wrong.
I mean, granted, I don't play him with who they want to play with the most, which is Anakin, because Anakin really does want that dash if he has to range attack. But I don't play a lot of Anakin, and outside of that, I'm like, I have so much movement in most of the Republic lists that I play. I'm like, the supporting fire dash is just like overkill. I'm like, I'd rather be coordinating fire straining or using Shakti's her ability because it conflicts with supporting fire
Yeah.
and the
Fainting blow,
yeah,
something like that.
like because Shakti is a character that relies on dice, and if she does not get to go two down her tree, she has a sad turn.
Oh my god, yes, yeah. Oh, I love Shakti, but you are not wrong. Because like, all right, the thing I keep forgetting about these newer expertise charts where it's like it turns a strike into a crit or the different options is that you're not actually getting additional results. You are getting a better, more consistent result. But if you roll a ton of expertise and only like a couple of strikes, you're still struggling to get further down.
I
Like it's still tough.
I have found that AMG has specifically designed Shakti to go two or three down her tree unless you're pairing her with Vader, and that's it. Like everything is so fine tuned with her that yeah, you're gonna get two or three down your tree, which means you're gonna get the 5 damage and the jump and the shove, or you're gonna get the 2 damage in the reposition. And that's what I've noticed with her. I
Yep.
very rarely spike with
Yep.
her.
No notes.
Her play pattern is go up, attack someone, go to another point, and repulse everyone off the point. Very strong. She's, my opinion, the best piece with repulse in the game, but that's her play pattern. Um,
Yep.
and
Makes sense to me.
I love Shakti. She's really good. Poor Rex. I think Shakti has replaced him.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, the answer is yes. Who do you want? Rex and Shakti, full stop, done. You start with Rex and Shakti, and we could argue about which one is better. Rex is a hell of a drug, but
Rex is a
yeah,
drug,
they're both
especially
good.
if you're
They're
playing
both good.
if you're playing Obi-Wan, Rex is a super drug, but if you're playing like Kieta Mundi, I'm not even on Rex and Shakti. I'm on Crosshair. Like Crosshair's a
Oh yeah.
drug
Oh yeah.
I can't
Crosshairs.
Crosshair's a drug I
Oh.
can't give up. Like he's such a
Qu-
workhorse.
Qui-Gon, aren't you happy? We have so many good Republic options now. So many good options.
I
It's
see
so
this
good.
meme. It's like this guy holding all this stuff and he's like dropping secondaries and it's all the Republic secondaries because like it feels like Republic is super like spoiled for choice on secondaries where the Republic lacks is spoiled for choice for supports. While all the clones did
Yep.
get better, they're still just clones. Like,
Yeah, they're just average now. Like before they were below average and it felt awful. Now they're average. They're not the best thing in the game, but they're also not the worst thing in the game. And
yeah,
that's all
like
right.
when I'm looking at clones that have dynamic activations, the only ones that I can see other than seven boss, which are or seven scorch coming out, that they're 5 points, so that's different. The only ones I see making actual super dynamic activations is Wolfpack. The problem is Wolfpack do not synergize with Obi-Wan.
Nope. Nope. Mm.
And Obi-Wan is all the rage right now. He is doing very well. Like
Yep.
light side, it finally feels like they're at balance with the dark side. The separatists, we'll see what Rift Hampson does. Some people are down on the Rift box. I'm excited to see what it does, but the Aqua droids don't feel like a 5 point support. They
Yeah, that's the general sense I'm getting from the fellow players who are big on separatists. I am always like, let's get them on the table and see, because they do feel like what was it? Did you say it? Maybe I don't know. Somebody in one of the discords. I'm in too many discords, too many podcasts. It's all getting jumbled in my head. But somebody was like, they feel like Magna Guards with a gun, which Magna Guards would be really nice if they had a gun, especially now that they're been nerfed, but is that worth 5 points? Well, Qui-Gon, I still don't understand the point system because some threes feel busted and some fives just feel okay.
Nasserie
And
feels like a
I
busted
don't know.
three. Um,
Yeah,
he
I don't I think the points are just not supposed to be connected to power level. And I think that's what we just have to let go, that a 3, a 4, and a 5 could have it could be anywhere on the power
the
scale, and
other
I don't know.
the other reason why I think Aqua droids feel like a less good five is because of how many out of activation attacks you can give them. You got
Yeah.
Grievous, you got the tactical droids. You could play Grievous with Cad Bane, which means you can still take Kalani and Kraken and take them with B1s, and now they're just really giving a ton of extra attacks. There's so much stuff that you can do with the Separatist list. But Nasserie, he can reposition Cad Bane or Dooku. That might like just give Dooku more life. Like,
Oh, no, I've been seeing Chris talk about, Dooku, him, and B2s as a
uh,
pretty solid.
and then you can take that with like you could
Yeah.
take that with Cad Bane, Kraken, and Aqua Droids. And now I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, I'm really excited about that list. Like I've been listening to Zion's Finest episode they put out this morning. They put out this tier list. They took a note from Red Mandas. Their episode is 3 hours long, and I'm an hour into it. They rated Dooku as a D tier, and I'm like, I think that's a little harsh.
Ooh, how the mighty have fallen.
I mean, I mean,
Oh.
I put
Oh.
in my tier list, I put Dooku as a C tier, and I'm like, well, he can go back up with the proper release, and I think Nasarai is going to put him back up to B. I don't think Dooku's still. I think Dooku is going to be good against Jedi lists, but I don't think he's going to be that great against anything else. But man, he used to be like the best primary in the game, and man, like you said, how the mighty have
Oh.
fallen. It's uh,
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurts me. That hurts me. Oh,
like,
oh, ouch.
have you put Obi 2 on the board at all?
That is the one I have not done. I know he's been seeing some play in some of the Republic like Kiadi lists and things. I was too busy. Like I said, I love Annie Obi. I still feel like regardless of how good it is, the it's just super fun to have General Skywalker and General Kenobi on the field together. So almost all my Republic games had some version of Obi-Wan running around, unless I was doing literally Cam Annie. And it's just uh it there's just not enough time in my life to play everything, but from what I've heard, it's a very good option.
I do have an idea for you for your Annie Obi list. I think you take the standard Obi-Wan, Rex, Commandos, or whatever support you want. I think under Anakin, put Phil and then a 4-point clone. Phil's activation can just advance Anakin up the board and put him in position so he can do his thing right off the bat.
No. That sounds good too. I mean, I'm back on the Rebels train, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to play in my Cassian PLC just because of the options. But no, that's good. That sounds good too. If I feel like putting Annie Obi back on the table again, I'll
Y-
fill 4 point. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, no, just Rebels are spoiled for choice now. The Gin box is going to open up so many doors, and I think that's a good note to pretty much close on. Play more Luke, people. Give him a shot. I think
Yeah.
he's something that people are very much sleeping on, and I'm probably taking him to the GT. That's probably where I'm leaning. Just because everything's painted. Jyn Erso will not be painted if I take her. G-
Yeah. You can either profit by this or be destroyed. So bring Luke.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Chosen One, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. If you want to catch the next video, you can watch the one linked above, or you can just go and listen to the podcast on the playlist below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for your support.